Feed the man that's got the keys and the drive, and he will produce magic. It's a brilliant delivery from Marcelo. It's not the best of headers from the Dark Invader. It's a very acute angle.
From the corner, cleared away. Luis Suarez, but straight to Marcelo. Turns Mascherano. Tackles it away briefly. Now it's Turan chopping him down from behind.
Again, prime instigator and antagonist is the ex-Fluminense man. Marcelo singing life in this game for his Royal Whites.
90th minute. Mascherano with the card. Modric. Gomez trying to keep this one calm. Arda Turan ready to boil over, and he's in front right now. Neymar with
Another silver bullet in the chamber. Good ball!
Near Ramos home. We're tied at one off the fingers of Ter Stegen, sending Real Madrid to heaven.
Absolutely brilliant delivery, but I told you Sergio Ramos would play a part in this game. Magnificent delivery and a brilliant header home. The defense goes missing like the kids in the Blair Witch Project here, and Sergio Ramos capitalizes on it. Wonderful. Remember me, when there's time on the clock, it ain't over. Brilliant ball. He's onside and he's close. Wonderful finish. He's close to getting this mark under Ter Stegen. Very close, great reaction, but the power and the placement from Sergio is out of this world. More drama than Shakespeare could dream up. And as I was stating, there's drama ahead. This game ain't over. And Real Madrid with that response, it was bravest. A matador and a pink tutu. All of this second half after going down that goal. Full credit to them.
3 minutes
2 goals
added.
from 2 set pieces.
If you didn't see all of that, go to facebook.com/BNSportsUSA. Just seconds after Ramos missed a header high, he would not make the same mistake the second time. Collision here is Ronaldo trying to fight through to win it. Calm down, says the referee.
Another look at it. A pearl out of the pass. An absolutely acrobatic header. He stretches, the ball's going away behind him. He adjusts his neck muscles and then he parties. Absolute Barry White disco, nearly jumps out of this stadium.
And a little pocket of space between Ronaldo and Varane left open by Barcelona.
There'll be questions, Phil, on who is picking him up. The main threat for Real Madrid is Sergio Ramos. And he was, again, peeling away from his defender like tissue on a toilet roll. It's Mascherano who falls to the ground. Lets him off his hook. Sergio Ramos becomes man of the match now.
Brought to you by Hennessy. And he'll probably be celebrating at the end of this one. Is this the way it will end? Is there a winner? Out comes Navas. The header, Roberto, and cleared off the line. Casemiro loose at the 6, and a scramble to get it out of danger.
Messi that is very close to getting his peroxide head to this one initially.
Now a chance the other way. It's Mariano with speed.
He's got options.
Asensio in the middle. Mariano couldn't sneak it through. A second effort. And that is going to do it. The final whistle. Barcelona 3 points in their hand till Ramos ripped it away.
See the disappointment all over Barcelona. They felt as if they were home. There's one last silver bullet in the chamber, but But Casemiro says there's no way you're getting out of this. Brilliant Barcelona. Real Madrid showing their royal white shirts with pride and a wonderful thriller at Camp Nou.
1-1 the final. They share the spoils. Vulnerable at home. 27 points in the table. That's the worst start in Barcelona history since back when Frank Rijkaard was coach in 2007-2008. They finished third that season behind not only Real Madrid but Villarreal. Meanwhile, Real Madrid 10-3-0, an historic start under Zinedine Zidane. Top scoring team in La Liga with 36. They are 5-1-0 away from home, looking to climb to 36 points in the table. Always a thrill, and the fans a big part of it.
Well, Real Madrid heard and saw all of this before here last season, and look what happened then. As Kay Murray stated very clearly and correctly, it all goes out the window. If you want to see what pure adrenaline looks like, it's going to be there in these starting lineups, all 22 of them. And we start with Ter Stegen.
Taking a look at the German goalkeeper. Meanwhile, it will be Piqué on the back line with Mascherano. No Umtiti at the start.
It's a brave lineup, and they're going with Andre Gomes in midfield. Big responsibility either side of Sergio Busquets, who's starting to come back into form. He'll need to be sharp. These guys as well. The number 9 in particular for me will be setting the tone for how this Barcelona team is going to go on. Of course, the medicine man, the magic Messi, will be a big influence in this team, as he always is. But they cannot rely on him solely.
Meanwhile, Keylor Navas still not 100% to his stellar best, but what he can do at human levels is still astounding, as the U.S. found out recently. Sergio Ramos joined by Varane. Pepe will start this one from the bench. Kovacic and Modric, although it will be the Croat.
Galera, pra quem está chegando na live agora, se inscreva no canal. Quem não foi inscrito, e dê like, galera. E é isso, então vamos para o hino nacional agora. Fui!
Entered the stadium today with a Chapecoense jersey, knowing several of these players. In fact, Kleber Santana, former Atletico player, was among those.
Immaculately observed from this Camp Nou crowd. Somber, sad scenes ahead of the pyrotechnic fireworks show that will go on that football pitch, and we all send our prayers and some best wishes to all of the connected parties of that terrible tragedy.
Luis Enrique whispering to Juan Carlos Unsue, his number 1. Zinedine Zidane nervously pacing. Carlos Clos Gomez, our referee today, the 44-year-old out of Saragossa. Barca have never lost with Clos in charge.
Well, his team comes in a fine run of form, Phil. As we've stated time and time again, Benzema's been a little off colour, as has Suarez. The two leaders, the two men wearing the number 9. Forget it all, because this game is a different universe. Look out!
We are underway. The Merengues in white, moving from right to left against the Blaugrana of Barca, defending to the left. A different look without Casemiro out there, with Modric and Kovacic taking turns. Takes a little bit of the teeth out of the Real Madrid attack. Varane rolling it wide. Here's Dani Carvajal getting the call up the line. Nice turn. In this lineup, Isco with a bit more free space, but poked free this time by Gomes. Modric hauls it back. Phil Shane, Ray Hudson with you, and glad you could join us. Temperature at 57 degrees, 72% humidity, and a bit of a breeze from the east. Will it be enough to send Real Madrid back with a huge lead?
Good touch.
Barcelona's first chance. Rakitic tries to cut back to his right. Kovacic steals it away. Isco there to sweep it up. Marcelo dispossessed by Messi. Kovacic knocks Rakitic down. Messi goes down hard in the challenge from Ramos.
Well, early indications, it's just as we expected. It's a bottle rocket right from the start. Tackles going in like thud and blunder.
It was Busquets in the middle, and it looked like Modric and Ronaldo collide, and both getting up slowly.
Well, this tackle here with De Horn and Caribou driving in. Busquets seemed to win the ball fair and square as he reaches in, but referee saying that he got there leaving his feet.
Take a look at our players to watch, brought to you by Amazon Prime, and Prime players in goal, but both of them have proven a bit little vulnerable this year.
Well, both still top-class goalkeepers. Navas, of course, coming back from his injury to his heel. Ooh.
Ronaldo down again, but it's Vasquez knocked down in the box. No penalty, says
Brave
Close.
challenge by Mascherano comes in. He's got to time this to absolute choreographed perfection. And I think he does. Just gets there ahead of the ball and wins it cleanly before making some contact on Vasquez with his momentum.
Starting lineups brought to you by WorldSoccerShop.com. It is MSN up front under Luis Enrique. No BBC. In fact, an extra month on the sidelines after surgery
Yes,
for
that
Gareth
tackle
Bale.
comes in. He does not get the ball, Phil. In hindsight, that looks as if that could have been called a penalty. A reach in by Mascherano. Lifetime, it looked as if he just got there ahead of the ball, just like that. But replay shows maybe not.
Kovacic in for Casemiro. Vasquez in for Bale. Again, the starting lineups brought to you by WorldSoccerShop.com. Luis Enrique off the bench applauding his team.
Football on the field reflecting this wonderful atmosphere. The fans shouting and screaming at every involvement by both teams. Brave start by Real Madrid, coming out and finding their passing lanes nicely. Commentator's curse.
Over on the far side, Jordi Alba getting the call. There was a question as he comes back from injury. But Luis Enrique electing to roll the dice there. We talked about earlier how important it would be for Andres Iniesta, but according to Luis Enrique, not quite fit enough. Here's Gomes, who will step into the maestro's spot.
Well, all his early touches have been good. Been winning the ball nicely. 3 minutes in. It's a confident start by him, who's been under some severe criticism by all and sundry, Andre Gomes, especially in the last game, but confidence being shown in an unchanged team, Phil.
No changes from that disappointing side, and in many ways, maybe looking for a do-over from that poor performance against La Real. Meanwhile, 4 changes for Real Madrid. Danilo, Pepe, Nacho, and James on the outs. Rakitic is not going to get there as Ramos escorts it out.
A wonderful run by Neymar there to start this. Comes over, there's another good look at it. Man, that was close. Take a look here. He's inside the box. He's driving past. Referee saying that Lucas Vasquez runs into Mascherano. Still shaking his head about it. It was close. You can understand why the ref doesn't give it, but you could have understood why perhaps a lot of referees may have pointed at the penalty spot.
Gomes soaring up over Kovacic, but straight to Marcelo. Mascherano lets it bounce. Luis Enrique, again mentioned, Barca have never drawn 3 in a row in league play under Luis Enrique.
I think more than anything, he'll be happy the way this game has started for his Portuguese man out there in midfield, Andre Gomes. Going to be a key component in this game as it goes on. He showed up nicely and looking available for his passes and set the tempo, winning the ball in midfield.
Busquets drives it in with a sneaky pass for Neymar. Vasquez on defense, the ball wide for Alba. Messi heads it forward.
You call it a sneaky pass, Phil. That is an absolutely world-class pass by Busquets, and that's exactly the type of ball that Barca's going to need to open up the lines of this Real Madrid team. He knows it. There's no cutting that ball out from Busquets. It was a fabulous ball, daggered into his player. Stupendously magnificent.
Neymar stepped on at the tail end of that.
Expect more.
Talking about this earlier, Ray. Neymar, more of a provider this season, creating chances. Today might be a day where they might need him to be a bit more selfish.
Well, he will be when he's got the need to be. In my opinion, the spreading of the wealth from the front three has been nothing less than absolutely wonderful. And Barcelona's wonderful run, but it's gone a little missing.
Mascherano, 182 games played with Barcelona, and he has not scored a single goal. Well, maybe he's just been waiting for a special occasion. Ramos did not have another option. Barca will get a throw deep. Quickly taken back for Messi. Quick enough to get there.
Played.
Sergio Roberto. Upended by Kovacic.
Well
still
played.
possession. Gomes keeps it moving.
Only switch of play by Barcelona with their tumble dryer type of possession, but looking more penetrative this time.
Busquets to Messi. Loves to cut in. Ronaldo back on defense. In the double team, Rakitic wide. Sergio Roberto thought he was supposed to be on the next train out of Barcelona, but in a preseason last year, chance to shine at right back. And has done so well. He's stepped in for Dani Alves this year.
Sharp play by Barcelona. Don't think it's not going anywhere. They're bringing in the white shirts to them. Both fighters do, and then the red cape shown, and Ole well covered that time by little Isco.
Sneaks the ball around Busquets, but he's knocked down. Here's Ronaldo, serenaded yet again, and the pass just goes awry for Vasquez. Zinedine Zidane. Seems like some people don't give him enough credit. Others are saying he's already the best in the world. He just can't win. Except he never loses. Mascherano.
Beautiful.
Gomes quickly for Messi.
And that first time ball leads to this.
Suarez back for Messi. Now wide for Neymar. Slips, reclaims his feet. Back post Roberto, but his shot bangs off Ramos.
Handball claims by Barcelona. Not given by the referee, who's in a perfect position, but Varane's team opened up beautifully. Like a fresh fish, and it started with Busquets. Wonderful first-time passing by Barcelona. Again, Barca Lego. All the pieces fitting together beautifully there. And Real Madrid see a big sperm whale let off the hook.
Neymar from the corner flag. Suarez wanted it earlier. Back for Piqué. Knocks it in, but deflected out. And Marcelo.
It was a wonderful sequence of football. First-time passing, led by this man on the ball. The number 5 is on his needle-point best. Super sharp. Again, fabulous ball from Busquets. Good tackle. The two Brazilians going eyeball to eyeball. Marcelo saying, I know your coffee house tricks, Neymar. It's the end result, but you people with your fancy schmancy machines, go back and take a look at the sequence of football that led up to that. Impressive Barca football.
As you can see, it did hit the arm of Ramos, but it was pinched in on his body.
Yeah. Referee calling it both ways. Needs to be said. Needs to be clear for him to point to the spot.
Mascherano slips as he passes it back, but Ter Stegen already at the top of his box, and off pass but it could have been worse. Benzema now as Ter Stegen scrambles back. Go with Vasquez.
The tackle.
Nice from Busquets.
Well read.
Ramos to Marcelo.
Good ball.
Lifted up, but that one will bang to the near
Nicely
side.
intended towards Isco at the front post and Benzema at the back post. Always threatening Marcelo. Wonderful component, arguably, well, for me, most dangerous player in that counter-attack. Marcelo will end up anywhere across the front line a lot of times. Might be a little bit more stay at home in the early exchanges of this game. Good chance for Luka, who usually sends in diamonds from the corner.
Modric with an in-swinger, goes near post, knocked down Ronaldo, blasted in, but Mascherano will clear. Nice from Messi, chips it out wide for Busquets.
Won it beautifully.
Looks long for Suarez, who was in the starting gate. Unhappy that the flag comes up. That one was close, as he petulantly kicks it away.
See how close it is to the man with the flag. Beautiful ball from Busquets. He's already identified him. He takes another look, and it's a great decision by the referee's assistant. Nothing to complain about there. And a lovely lift up by Marcelo there to catch Suarez in between the devil and the deep blue sea.
Mark play by the left back for Real, Piqué. And Varane. Isco. Nice work to get it to Benzema.
Cristiano still waiting very much in the long grass here. Real Madrid doing some good work with Isco and Modric and Kovacic defending. They haven't been able to find that ball by Benz.
Straight to Neymar, who gets upended by Isco. And the card will come out. Did not want to let Neymar off to the races. And as you can see,
that's very little there, but the fact is, Phil, that he does reach out and impede Neymar. I think that's going to be given, but Piqué looked as if he was shouting for a penalty.
Has not put a foot wrong here in the opening quarter hour so far. This one forces Ter Stegen out, though.
Taking any risks that time. Marc Andres clearing his lane.
Six points separating the two sides in the table, but right, you could have one top, one bottom. This is one of those where you say you throw the table away. 232nd all-time Clásico.
Good ball from Marcelo.
Benzema trying to turn inside, but Piqué builds a wall.
Well played by the big central defender there, right on top of the French international. That's nasty.
Messi goes down. Modric pleading innocence.
Well, Messi just too quick for him. No yellow card. Modric reaching in for something that is there for 1 second. He gets the ball. It's gone again. And that is a good decision by the referee. Perhaps they give the foul, but no yellow card, certainly. It's questionable foul.
Nice control, Messi waiting for a run, decides to cut back, pops up as Modric picks his pocket.
Ball just pops up on Luka this time, right in front of the ref. Doesn't give it.
Marcelo wide as Ronaldo moves into position, cross to the 6, Piqué heads clear.
Late arriving man in the box, Cristiano and Lucas Vasquez, not giving Marcelo enough of a target. Benzema had come out to this side to support.
Nice from Ramos. ENSports.com with all of the latest. Ronaldo tries to snap it, but can't. Of course, share your thoughts on Twitter, BNSportsUSA and ESPN Sports. Don't forget to use the hashtag BNLClásico.
Yeah, welcome to all the fans around the world listening in to us, especially those people listening to and watching the illegal streams in England, Phil. We know they're out there. But all our friends all over the world, in Jamaica, in Indonesia, Vietnam,
Kathmandu,
everywhere. Welcome to beIN Sports.
Quarter hour in the books. Just a token shot for either side. Messi with Benzema not able to get there in time.
And the adrenaline is pumping for this Barcelona team. You get the feeling they're on their game here today. Totally different to the last couple of games. A different attitude, as predicted. The form going out the window. This is more like the old Barcelona. Wonderful, synchronized football. Passing lanes being opened up with daring passing balls through tight channels. Suarez, like Cristiano, still waiting in the long grass, looking to hunt.
Second time, by the way, we've seen Neymar slip. Maybe a change in footwear at the half.
I lose my balance just watching some of these players.
Gomes again, providing a good pivot in the attack. Sergio Roberto to the inside. Rakitic. Messi goes in, goes down. Free kick off of Modric.
Again, Messi's incredible close control. Lifts it over the type of Luka. Luka barely getting a touch. But then the follow through of that right leg. Is contact made. Brilliant by Messi. That flick over the top. If he goes down on the ground like most players do, that ball is being wiped out, snuffed out by Luka Modric, but Messi reading that challenge and lifting the ball over the top and setting up, well, who knows? It's Messi and Neymar and shaving cream.
Gave up 4 the first Clásico, but then in goal for the victory at the Bernabeu. Neymar teeing it up. Messi around with 4 in the wall. The Argentine strikes, but straight to the Tico.
Something extra special to beat Keylor Navas from that distance, and gets the angles right, but nowhere near requisite power. Beats it like Jack and Jill.
Last year, both road teams victorious. Barca with a 4-0 at the Bernabeu. Real coming back to make a league of it, thanks to Benzema and Ronaldo late.
Messi coming back into this midfield and posing all sorts of problems for Real Madrid. Drawing them in, and then looking for that killer pass.
Check us out online, beinsports.com and beinsportsconnect.tv. Check channel 8 for the second screen experience, and even have the 360 as we take a look.
Wow.
Just like being in the video game.
3D, beautiful.
38 cameras around the Camp Nou.
Brought to us by Intel, Phil.
Something special inside.
Not that computer.
Well, sails over Alba, but harassed enough to give Mascherano a chance. Just blasts it out into touch.
Be happy the way his team's defended. That's not really Real Madrid, but at this score, he will be pleased. The first 20 minutes has taken the sting out of Barcelona in some ways in that last line of defense, and then they'll come out and try to take their chances. Carvajal wanting it, finally getting it. Good ball.
Nice from Modric. Out wide, Carvajal picks his spot, bounces up off the deflection of Alba. Incidental contact, but it seemed to throw the right back. Now Neymar tucks it around Isco. They can't get there before Varane.
Varane reads him beautifully. Not on that first challenge, but on the second one. Great ball again from Busquets.
Neymar with a burst of his lungs, drives it in, finds Suarez, turns, shoots it on there again.
Superb play down that side by Jack Rabbit Neymar, reading the defence, touching it past him, and a beautiful pullback from Suarez, who controls it beautifully and stings it. It hits Varane as much by good fortune as it is from the French defender's reading of the shot. Here it is, comes right through and it hits Sergio. Wonderful. Sergio Ramos keeping his arms behind him. Varane getting a piece of that as well. Look out.
Suarez trying to time the run but couldn't. Messi just makes space appear himself. Only tackled away. Now Isco forced deeper than we have seen recently. Messi seemed to land awkwardly. Fans wanting a whistle from the referee, so they give one of their own. Did not blow the whistle early on when it looked like Vasquez had been fouled in the box by Mascherano. Other than that, the chances few and far between. Messi again still behind the play. Real Madrid looking to take advantage. Vasquez, nice step over, chips it across. Benzema got on top of it, but Mascherano blocks.
Wonderful cover by the Argentine on the French defender. Another good ball sent in. Good play by Real Madrid.
Modric settles for Isco.
Vasquez very much involved.
Marcelo making the run. Vasquez curls in. Busquets dropping back. Now Messi. Back on defense. Trying to tangle with Suarez, but fights through Ramos's challenge. Looking for Neymar. Play on.
Great first-time ball.
Deflected by Ramos to deny Rakitic.
Andre Gomes plays a beautiful first-time ball, but they want that free kick. Suarez was getting mauled here by Sergio Ramos. And the advantage is played by the referee. And he plays it, and the advantage is taken. A wonderful ball by Suarez, tremendous. And a difficult one by the referee because the advantage rule played. Advantage was taken up by Barcelona and nearly led to a goal. Great play by Suarez.
Barca trying to turn the heat up. Ronaldo almost dispossessed as Mascherano all the way up in the Real Madrid end.
Great challenge, Phil, from Mascherano, reading it beautifully.
Isco. Benzema. Marcelo. Around Isco as Barcelona now looks to bounce back the other way. Messi makes the run. Put on with the escort. Benzema looking on. There, as you see, Mascherano making sure he knew exactly where Ronaldo was.
Clear foul, Phil. Kind of make light of that. The referee should have been able to see that. Being clearly held there, Ronaldo, by Mascherano. Could have been no excuses had the referee pointed to the penalty spot there. Mascherano gambling and getting away with it. Absolutely foot perfect here, Busquets.
Out wide in for Suarez. Drags the defense with him.
Knocking on the inside.
Out for the corner kick.
Struck by Carvajal nicely. Nothing in support for him in the midfield or in that centre area around the spot. Looks content. As animated as we've seen him.
This will swing in towards Keylor Navas. Dangerous ball, but Benzema was there. And Modric just gets it out of danger. Something we haven't talked about really. Lucas Vasquez has been outstanding. In fact, Real has not lost with him out there. But without Gareth Bale, they lose someone offensively and defensively. Well, let's go down to the pitch at the Camp Nou. Jamie Easton, our sideline reporter for the Classico, brought to you by AT&T. Jamie, what do you have?
Well,
Phil and Ray, there's one game going on the pitch, there's another game going on at the benches. So much tension, so much nerves, both coaches standing up, not being able to sit down. Only Luis Enrique is sitting down when there are set pieces, and then it's Ufue who is coming out. But both tensions are really tense, and we have to see Iniesta as well, sitting in the front row of his bench. He does not have nails left. He's biting his nails. Lots of nerves for the midfield as well.
Wonder if that's another spot on the injured list. But Iniesta wants to get out there.
Down to me toenails already.
Busquets sending it across. Gomes has his shoes on the right feet today. Neymar.
Good run by Andres Gomes there. Needed that ball fed on the inside.
Suarez shows.
Good ball.
Put on his back. Tried to trickle it through, but no. Nice from Mascherano, but they're going to say he initiated the contact.
Absolutely does. He steps through Ronaldo here and arguing the toss with the referee. Never going to win this one. Watch Cristiano backing up and then he dives into him. That's a clear free kick.
Doesn't Mascherano have the right to his position, though?
If the ball is in the playing area, Phil, which it wasn't, and the contact was made.
Masche given the call in favor of Samuel Umtiti, the next generation center back.
That was a great example there. You were talking about before, the ball into Cristiano, into his playing area, and Mascherano coming through, making contact on the ball and the player. Clearly nothing given there correctly by the ref.
Isco makes the run, gets it off to Marcelo, back down the line. Throw in box high for the Merengues.
Oh, there's Jimmy. Something was seen down there, spilling over from this magnificent crowd into the technical area. This game more tense than 100 wigwams, but some wonderful football being played. X's just crossing out the O's everywhere, the tactical battle going on, cat and mouse. I think it's fair to say Barcelona as a home team playing a little bit more confidently, but good defending by Real Madrid so far.
Off to Vasquez, plucks it away through the triple team. Back comes Neymar, actually Alba in defense. It was Neymar and a yellow card against the Brazilian. By the way, that means that he will miss the next match against Osasuna.
Wonderfully close game though, isn't it? Half an hour in. Very close. Both teams creating snap, crackle, pop opportunities. The danger man being well wrapped up in cellophane. The referee playing well and letting the big boys play at both ends. There's been some controversy in both penalty boxes, but nothing absolutely, totally clear. That's the area they're looking to find, the dark invader, and Cristiano wanting that ball fed into that area behind Barcelona's back line. He's had nothing to feed on into space. So wonderful in his anticipation, Ronaldo.
Sent across. Ter Stegen, of course, getting into trouble earlier this year with his overconfidence playing out of the back.
Well played.
Rakitic to Roberto.
Well read.
Intercepted before Busquets could find it. And Marcelo ruled to have been fouled.
Well, it's beautiful Brazilian skill, this. As he sees three players coming into him, he does the old Zidane move and pirouettes on it, and then it's loose. And right here, you see Sergio Busquets just coming in after the ball's played away. Good ball again.
Chance for Marcelo, tries to drive it through, but can't, and then trips up Sergio Roberto on the follow-through.
Accidentally on purpose, and Zidane likes it. Preventing the counter-attack very shrewdly. The ex-Fluminense man, whose heart is obviously very heavy.
Cristiano Ronaldo, 16 goals, 10 of them at the Camp Nou. Only Alfredo Di Stefano has scored more in Clásicos for Real Madrid. Although Lionel Messi with 21 stands above them all. But he has not scored, Ray. Messi has not scored in the last 5 meetings between these two teams. Ter Stegen picks a target and then lands on his bullseye. Off target from Rakitic. It's scrappy affair here today. Ramos knocked down in the foul against Roberto.
You know, this team's been knocking at the door. Half chances galore, but nothing really much more to worry Marc-Andre Ter Stegen or Keylor Navas. They've been called into real serious threat. A lovely switch of play.
Sneaks it in. Ronaldo seemed to be caught a bit unawares. Flying forward, Modric.
Quick play, good feet from Isco.
Carvajal flicks wide for Vasquez. Isco shows, looking
Good
long.
ball.
Benzema and Ronaldo tangle. Blasted by Marcelo, but off target.
As I said, always a threat. The Brazilian pops up in the centre forward position. Benzema and Cristiano, like Bambi on ace inside of that box. Referee saying I don't see any infraction. In fact, he's given it. Oh, it's got to be a goal kick. There's the goal, perhaps, from Benzema on Roberto. And then the whisking shot by the Brazilian. Cristiano going lovely jubbly. Worth an effort. Nearly clean contact on that ball. Sent in by Carvajal.
6 shots, just 2 on target. 10 fouls here in the opening half. About a quarter hour to go. Counting added time.
And Varane right on top of Suarez. Shielding that ball really well. Anticipating the ball into Suarez. Doing a wonderful job, the Frenchman on the Uruguayan.
Return pass for Alba goes awry. Flying in to try and win it back. Busquets, but a foul.
Fractious game. First game's going to be a tipping point in this game. You get the feeling.
Beautiful from Vasquez, and he keeps it in play, but
Neymar.
and then a collision as Neymar